Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grave Mistakes podcast. Today we're back with Starch and Slim, and we've got a guest today, Ice Mike from the Who You Got with Mike and Mario podcast, who does an absolutely excellent job at covering music battles. So if you want to head over to there, I'm going to attach the link to the bottom of this episode. But today we're going to be covering Jaws.
It's a beautiful day. The beaches are open, and the people are having a wonderful time. Amity is a summer town. I don't think you appreciate the gut reaction people have to these things. You yell barracuda, you're racist, huh? You yell shark, we've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
All right, Slim, take it away with the synopsis.
I'll just do a quick synopsis. This is a classic Steven Spielberg film about shark attacks happening in New Jersey, I want to say, and we just follow the hunt and the eventual capture and killing of the great white shark. I believe his name is Bruce, but yeah, that's pretty much the synopsis of the movie.
Oh, yeah. So first we're going to get started by talking about our theater experience, which is going to be a little bit different given that,
There it is.
it's going to be a little different. All right.
You can go first.
Yeah, so this movie came out in 1975, which is substantially in the past compared to when I was born.
Before you were thought of.
Yes, before I was even conceived, right? So I went to go see it for the 50th anniversary in IMAX, and it was such an absolutely beautiful experience. The cinematography of the film, absolutely breathtaking. The initial 3 minutes instilled me with genuine horror. I was in a theater completely empty, void of everyone, and so it was just me experiencing Spielberg's horror and all of the beauty of Richard Dreyfuss by myself. And I think it fundamentally altered my brain chemistry, and I could see how this movie became such a substantial part of film history.
I guess my experience, I watched this movie several times growing up. I don't remember the first time I saw it. Definitely like a child, probably like on DVD and like multiple times on TV. And I just watched it again recently, just yesterday, and I just forgot how the movie is so bright and colorful. I'm not sure how other movies came out during that time but it just felt like, I wouldn't say it's timeless because you could tell it's obviously a little bit old, but it just looked great for what it is today still. So yeah, I still appreciate that. Yeah, how about you, Mike?
That's interesting. Okay, this will be quick. My mom had the book before the movie came out. I saw the book. I saw a shark and I saw a lady, but I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, is this dentist? Well, there was no Jaws? What is that? There was nothing. I had nothing. Then I read the beginning. I was like, oh, maybe I should probably not finish reading this. A friend of the family, I'll say that. I was 7.
Okay.
But I was 8 when the movie came out, so I was probably 7 when I saw that. A friend of the family, I'll leave it at that, took me at 8 years old
to
the theater.
Oh, you had the experience.
And when I say I had no idea what I was in for at 8, I was terrified. Is it? I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
By the end of the movie, I was terrified.
That's a traumatizing experience.
I was terrified because I didn't know what was happening. What is? Oh my God! Is that a leg? Oh my God!
Oh no! It's also like the 70s.
It's like I was comparing it to the alien from the Alien, where you don't really see him too much, but when you do see him, it's like, oh wow, dang. Every single time.
I watched this last night, and I realized we didn't see the shark really until an hour and 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What? Into the movie, but you were still petrified from the thing that you think was doing something to the people in the water.
Right.
Like Alien. I think Alien probably took a hint from that. Don't overdo the bad guy.
Yes, I think Alien was actually pitched as Jaws in space too, so that was definitely a
oh, really?
Exactly, yeah. So.
That's funny. I can see that.
Man, that's actually incredible. So when you were in the theater and you were experiencing what most would consider as something you would tell your therapist later on, because at 8 years old, going to see this movie, that would be just game changing. So two things. One, How did it like affect the zeitgeist of culture? Was everyone talking about this for like the next 6 weeks back to back?
Years. It was more like years because again, you had to wait years to see it. So everyone had their own bubble of emotion
Hmm.
that they carried with them until it was released probably on TV, and they were like, "Oh, okay, maybe it wasn't that bad." Okay, and you were older, like, okay, it was just a movie, but as a child, man,
Yeah, I imagine swimming pools, beaches, etc., were just a no go.
a
For
lot of a lot of my friends say that. My friends my age say that the water was not happening back then.
man.
That's
See, I kind of
crazy.
just figured that every single like body of water had sharks after I watched this movie. I didn't know that.
Oh,
Like obviously growing up.
public pools. I jump off a diving board
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's over with. Like I'm
Yes.
cooked. Okay, so now this movie is known very much for its very haunting open. Its first 3 minutes is considered masterful and almost perfect. To paint
Hmm.
the picture, we've got a group of
Hmm.
I would assume college age young adults on the
Hmm.
beach
Yeah,
sitting
reefer
there.
smoking young adults. Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
right. Little bit of that devil's lettuce and some alcohol. Oh my god! See, in the sauna, see, like I'm getting chills. Like, oh my god. So yeah, so it starts that with them. They're sitting there chilling on the beach. There's a little flirtatious action going on between a young woman and a young man. He chases her to the end of the beach, and he's absolutely hammered. Way too
Oh, this is
many,
blasted.
right? Too many Coors Lights. So she gets in the water, and he passes out drunk on the edge of the
On this.
beach on the shore right there.
Hmm.
And she's swimming, having a good time, little topless actions. By the way, this movie's PG. I just wanted to
Yeah,
let
I
everyone
know.
that.
Yes. Yeah. Someone told me that, and I was like, "What? Not
and you're
13?"
and you're like, hey, I'm not going to complain.
Mhm.
Nice, some nice visuals here because you don't know
Mhm.
you don't know how the movie is going to play out. I mean, and you're sitting there, and you can see from the shark's perspective when the movie opens, you're basically the camera's moving around the reef, and then you see her legs, and you're like, something's weird, but she's still having a
Hmm.
good time.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
she kind of looks down. By the way, the most iconic shot in the movie to me, besides like the many beautiful scenes, is when the sunrise hits the water, and it's that wide shot where you see basically the entire ocean in its vastness. It's absolutely gorgeous. And typically, I don't know about you guys, but sunrise is not associated with horrible, terrifying moments. Typically stuff like that
Yeah.
happens in the
No.
evening. It's like the start of the day. It can only be positive.
Mhm.
So you're kind of like in that tropical headspace, and then she kind of like looks down and she dips under the water and she starts panicking, and just the sheer silence of everything else but her panic is what gets you. She's getting dragged back and forth, and they shot this with two guys in cables pulling her different ways so that way it would look like not supernatural but unconventional the way she's getting pulled.
Mhm.
And then after the screaming, she just goes under the water and it's pure silence again until the next day.
Yes.
And I'm like, a scene from 1975 should not make me feel like I'm 8 years old again, immediately. Horror movies today don't have that effect on me. I just fell asleep during Conjuring Last Rites the other day. But, I'm in the theater in this movie, and I'm like, am I going to die here in the theater when there's no water next to me,
Wow.
Yeah.
It had that effect. Because I've seen it and I've lived it. I feel that it's an older movie, right? But it affects you guys the same. That's powerful.
Yes.
That's powerful.
Yes. It's
Because
the
it's old. Because
elements.
it's old. It's old.
Yeah.
Old. It ain't real, but you're like,
Yeah, I think, something like The Exorcist or the original Halloween becomes a little bit less scary for our generation, I feel like, because it relies on practical effects and gore and violence, which is we can see much more gory, horrible stuff now. But you
Yeah.
don't see the shark, you don't see any blood. It's just her having a horrified experience. You don't know anything but she's dead. That's it. So that's the scary part, is your brain is inventing scarier stuff than what actually happened. How do you guys feel about that open? Because to me,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
almost the scene.
Yeah. I was gonna say just like her screaming and thrashing, and obviously she just goes under the water, and it's just like nothing happened, and it's just like it's a chill day. If you look out in there, you would just think it would just be like
No,
the
nothing
ocean.
happened.
Yeah, nothing happened. Like that guy could have just woke up right then and been like, "Oh, I guess she's gone," and she went home, and he's gonna go home too, and that's it. But no,
Interesting.
it's like worst possible scenario.
Yeah, what an insane way to kick off the movie. Because the next scene, it's you're with Chief Brody. He's with his wife.
His
And
family.
yeah, and who's Chief Brody played by? Because this guy. Oh, Roy Scheider, duh. Yeah,
Roy
so
Roy
Scheider.
Scheider.
yeah, so he's there with his
Sorry.
wife, and was it Ellen Brody, which is played by Lorraine Gary. Like, and they look like a beautiful, happy family. Like they get up, they actually love each other. You can see that there's like palpable, like chemistry there, and
Hmm.
and now we're just off to like a positive Martha's
Normal day,
Vineyard
a normal
experience.
day.
Yeah, a normal
Normal day.
day. So like I don't know, like it's haunting. Still chills, still goosebumps on my arms for sure. And then we eventually get to his introduction, which is, hey, something happened on the beach, and they get there and they find the body and stuff, and he's with the he's with the teen, the dude
Hmm.
who got shit faced at the beach, and he's like, yeah, dude, I think she drowned. And he's just so casual
He had
about it.
no idea.
He didn't care at
No
all.
idea.
And then we meet his deputy, and they find the limbs and stuff, and
I was
now
kind
we're
of
off.
surprised that he like came to the conclusion, like, we see him in the office typing up like kind of like the coroner's report, even though he's like not the coroner. I guess it's something like, I suspect this is this, and he's like
Well, no,
straight
no,
to
no.
heart attack.
Only because I watched it.
No, go
He
ahead.
Hmm.
the phone call he got right before that was
The
the
coroner.
coroner.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay.
they had a conversation,
Hmm.
and he was talking to him. He was like getting ready to type. He's like, "Shark?" Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
because the coroner said he thinks it was a shark.
Oh, on the typewriter, you're right too, because it pans to the typewriter, and
Yeah.
it's and you're like, oh, this is what we're dealing with for the rest of the movie. Okay. Like, initially when this movie builds up, like, do you think it's just gonna be like a classic shark movie, or do you think there's gonna be more to it? Because I have
You
some
can't say
notes.
well. You can't ask me that. You have to ask Justice because there was no shark movie. This did
It
not
was a Deep Blue
exist
Sea.
when I was
Yeah.
8. This did
Yeah,
not
it's
exist
kind
when I
of
was 8
hard.
years old. There was
Okay.
nothing. I
So
had no expectation.
wow. So that's actually I almost find that more interesting, because there's no trope for you to get like frustrated or disappointed with.
Nope.
It's just building everything, like
Hmm.
Oh, what about you, Justin? What do you think?
I was gonna say, like, when you said that, uh, my expectations of the movie, you don't really think the second half of the movie is gonna be how it is, like, them like actually
Right.
on the boat. Because I think like Martin Brody, he says like constantly, I don't like water. I don't like water. Well, like everybody's like, you live on an island. It's
Yes.
not an island if you're on the island.
Yes.
Like, this guy is.
That's actually pretty important too, because in the documentary, they were mentioning that one of the things that makes something the most terrifying is when you create your protagonist's worst nightmare, and then
Mhm.
the audience gets to
Wait a
experience
minute.
that extra fear through that character. So he's not just afraid of sharks; he's terrified of water itself. And I don't know, how do you guys feel about the ocean and water? Because I know a lot of people who are terrified of the ocean. Not for you.
I'm like
I like to
super.
look at it, but
Yeah, it's nice. I'm interested. I love learning about animals and all that, but like actually like, getting in like that's a little on the beach, that's cool, but no.
You know,
I'm not a water person, so and you are, Jesse, so
I am a water
you probably
person.
have a different perspective.
Okay, so is it just water for you, or is it the pool? Is it the beach? Like, or is it just like the feeling of your being wet? Like,
Oh no, that's fine. I can get a pool and all that. Being wet is just
Mm,
but
I don't really
yeah.
like I don't like cold water splashing up in that immediate thing. I don't care for that. I never
Mhm.
have.
that makes sense.
I mean, I'll get in the water. I'll get in the water, but only because everybody else is in the water. They like get in the water. Okay.
Yeah, I just
But if I had a choice, you keep your water.
it's called social swimming.
No,
The
like
pressure.
I don't know.
those beaches are nice though. Like,
Yeah,
like
I love
in the, like,
swimming.
the movie, they look so cool. Like I was like, man, we should go here. Like wherever
Yeah.
this is, I want to go.
I'm gonna get victimized, by the way, if I'm in this movie. Like, I like the water. Like I love the pool. I
Mhm.
love the beach. Like, I'll get in there on the swim. The thing, and honestly, I love boats too. Like, I like fantasizing about being Captain Jack Sparrow. So the thing that I think for me that becomes terrifying is the infinity of the ocean. Like,
Yes,
I've
always.
never been taken out all the way into the ocean and then got in the water. I imagine the soul gripping fear of looking straight down and seeing the abyss would be the thing that goes, oh, actually, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think the thing that's terrifying about this movie is that's not what's scary. It's not like an octopus grabbing you from like a place you can't see. They mentioned pretty early on that, well, we'll get to Richard Dreyfuss in a minute, but the shark primarily attacks you in shallow waters. And you know, like you're not safe on the beach if it's in shallow water, because you think, oh, some idiot's gonna, you know, swim all the way out. But it's like, no, like people like 15 feet away from the sandbar are getting took. So yeah, they, you know, they establish the fact there's a shark attack. We're coming in hot, and you know, as a reasonable thinking sheriff, Brody's like, you know what? We got to close the fucking beaches.
Close the beach.
Yeah. Okay. It's like,
paint some signs. Put the signs out.
We don't have signs. Immediate.
Yes. Instant reaction. Good police. Let's go. Close down the beach. There's shark attacks. So he's going there. By the way, I don't know why the deputy seems like an idiot from a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but every time that guy like overacts. Oh, fun fact about this movie. So most of the actors outside of the primary cast are actually locals from that town in Martha's Vineyard. Okay. So all of those actors aren't actors. They were actually locals that were basically told to like be a similar person, and it makes the movie feel more authentic. So yeah, he's like, all right, let's go close the beach, and then we get introduced to the mayor and his in his posse. They get on one of those little
the Cadillac man, like the ferry.
They get on the barge, and you see this, you know, this classic car kind of pull up onto the barge with Brody. Brody's pretending like he doesn't see the car, which I found interesting. I feel like everyone would know what the mayor is driving. We're getting into the criticism. I'll get that later. But anyway, so the mayor pulls up, and he's like, "Mayor, see, what are you doing?" And he's like, "There's a shark attack." And he's like, "I need to close the beach." And he's like, "Now, it's almost the 4th of July. Do you want us to all go out of business?" And he's like, "People are gonna die." And he's like, "Shark attack? That didn't happen." So he's using the misinformation play, you know, in 1975. He's like, no, guys. And he gets the coroner in on it, too. The coroner's like, it could have been a boating accident. So, you know, you can already see the political wheels turning, so that way they can be focused on capitalism here. And so Brody kind of concedes a little bit because, you know, the mayor is telling him, you know, she's like, okay, we won't close the beach for like a permanent long while. We'll just see how it goes. But you can see the reluctancy in his face because he's like, you know, he's concerned. I think the interesting thing about Brody is in this movie, he's in a constant state of fear and like a need to kind of protect everyone. He doesn't really clock out in this movie. Like he only sleeps like for a couple of scenes, but for the most part, he's like very fixated on this problem. Is the town hall meeting? No, we have another victim, right?
Yeah, like it cuts to the beach and he's just sitting in his chair and just looking out.
Oh, this is that scene?
The next victim, yes.
Oh, wow. And is that the kid? That's the kid.
Yes,
yeah, it's the
Alex.
Kid and the dog.
Oh, wow.
Alex and the dog, yeah.
Oh, because the boating stuff comes later once they put the bounty. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. This is like, this movie's so good. Like, it just cuts from like critical scene to critical scene. Okay, how did you guys feel about this? So for the regularly viewing audience, essentially what happens is like we're seeing also like new shots invented for the cinematography or like old classic shots being used where Brody's sitting on the beach. We're seeing him look out and everything is perceived to be the shark. Like people swimming, like you kind of see the tip of the ball cap. You're like, oh my God, it's happening. No, it's not happening. Or someone's talking to him and he's not fucking listening to anything that guy has to say.
He's just staring forward.
Straight through
like,
him, right?
Not listening.
Right. Everyone's having fun for the most part, but also nobody's getting in the water as much as well because for the most part, everyone's still like.
No, not here. Nobody knows about the shark.
Correct. You're right.
Yeah, that's late.
You're right. And then so we get what's the little boy's name? It's not
Alex.
Alex. Yes. So Alex is talking to his mom. By the way, I love the acting in this scene. Alex is like, his mom's just yapping, and he just goes, "How about a little bit longer?" like
10 more minutes.
Yep. So he goes running into the water, and then eventually, you know, the camera picks him up and is looking at him, and then the blood.
See,
Go ahead.
Yeah. The blood.
That's because it's in broad daylight. It's just like this Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street volcano of blood. He's thrashing, gone instantaneously. Yeah. Panic sets in, and then Brody, it's the iconic, stands up, camera's right in his face. You know, he's like, everybody out of the water. He runs up to the ocean. I can see like the movie in my eyes right now. And he's afraid to get in. He can't even get in to save people. He's just gesturing, come on, everybody. They're all flooding back to the beach. And then the mom is just screaming Alex, and it's gut wrenching. It's horrible. Like, you know, you're like shrieking in your soul because you know as the audience, but she doesn't know yet. And then the raft, you know, with the bloody rips comes up, and you know it's the worst.
Well,
thing
see, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That whole scene, you don't know is Alex. You don't know who got killed.
Oh,
at all. The dog is gone, so you're like, something's not right. And immediately there's some blood in the water. You
Mm.
don't know, you don't see anything. Everybody comes out of the water, and then the mom's like, uh, someone's missing here. Alex?
Yeah,
She
and we
calls
see
Alex, and that's it.
the floaty with the
So
blood just in the
you don't,
water.
this is another scene where you don't know what's going on. You don't have a clue. Somebody died. Who died? They don't even show the shark. You do not see the shark. This movie is insane.
Like,
Oh my God.
sitting there on the
Oh my
beach
God.
with Alex's mom, as everyone, because everyone else by this point knows too. That's why they're silent. No one's helping her look for him because they all know what happened. You know, like but she can't accept it yet. So as she's screaming, everyone's silently, like, you know, kind of cuddled up to their loved ones, and she's alone. Like, that's I think the true terror of this scene, obviously outside of the child murder, is that she's genuinely alone now, and she's going to be alone in this experience for the rest of her life, and it's just absolutely gut wrenching. And then. Now the town knows what's going on, you know. Now everybody's waking up. Yeah. So it's time for the town meeting. Now, this is cool because all of the actors in the town meeting, besides the mayor and, like I said, the primary cat. Sorry, I'm thinking about Joseph Quinn's entrance as Robert Shaw in this movie.
I was gonna ask a question about this. You know, when he is screeching on the chalkboard, is this the first time someone does this in a movie? And I'm like, this is an old movie, and this has been such a cliche that I've seen in so many.
Surely
things.
It can't be.
Yeah,
I had never seen it, but I would agree with Jesse. Because it's so annoying and
and
so well done.
It comes through pretty intense too. Like, there was no, but yeah. So they're all sitting there.
No warning.
They make a pretty good joke too, because the whole primary thing is everyone at the town hall meeting is a business owner, and since it's the summer and the 4th of July is coming up, the tourism is going to decrease, and everyone's worried about the bottom line. Somebody made a joke about the shark in this town hall meeting, and everyone laughs. And this lady in the background, she's going, "I don't think that's very funny. That's it."
Oh, that was hilarious.
That's a real person. Like, she just did that, you know? Like, that's great.
That was so funny. Me and my girlfriend, we were watching, and we both laughed at the same time as soon as she said that. It's like, that's not funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so they're basically discussing what to do, and Brody's like, and they're like, and she's like, "Sheriff, are you going to close the beach?" And he like looking around, he's kind of panicking because he's alone. Like, the fucking mayor isn't helping him out. The public isn't helping him out. So, like, any decision he makes is on him. It's like, you know, it's his job and his career on the line. And he goes, "Yes." And the mayor goes, "Only for 24 hours. And he yells out loud, "I didn't agree to that." But, you know, they're like, it's happening. And then now they're discussing, how do we kill the shark? Because by this point, Alex's mom has put up a $3,000 bounty, which in 1975 money had to be probably close.
That's a lot.
10,000.
A lot of money.
More.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then, like you said, there's this dumbass picture of a shark drawn on a chalkboard, and in the most dramatic way possible. And this guy, instead of raising his hand like a regular adult, is like, "Let me scratch this to get everyone's attention." By the way, anything Quint says in this movie, and outside of the Indianapolis monologue, I can't fucking understand anything he's saying, because you know, he talks like he just talks like a sailor whose half of his mouth is shut at all times. So he's like, "Harm you hard and the shark if you know to take care of me."
Spanish lady won't see you.
If you need it done, I'll have it. And I'm like, I don't know what he's saying, but like I heard $10,000. Y'all know what I do. And then he stepped out, which was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, he was kind of on demon time with that. Like, because you don't see him before this, and you're like, who the fuck is that guy? We need whatever he does. We need it. And they're like, 10,000, that's a bit of a pretty penny. So Brody's like, "We'll hit you back up about that." And he leaves the meeting, and you're like, damn, that was kind of cool.
He's like, "Good day, people. Good day."
Yeah, and then you know,
you'll be calling me.
Yeah, he does the, you know, because he's probably got scurvy at least 4 times in his life because he can't walk straight, and he's a raging alcoholic in real life, I think. So, yeah, I mean, pretty great. Because now we're off. Now we're off to the races. We know the threat. We know how we're going to handle it. Now it's just a matter of getting there. So Brody's also like, "Hey, let me call an expert from the National Center of Oceanography or something on the mainland." So he calls them, and we cut to the chaos. We've got people from Boston, like New York, all over the city, Martha's Vineyard, or the town's called Amity, the fictional town, coming in. Everyone's like, "I'm getting that fucking $3,000. So they all pull up to the beach. They're loading the boats. And I love this scene so much because, like, I can just imagine being Brody in this situation where no one is following any form of like boating regulation or law. Like people are overloading the boats. He's like, hey, stop that. You know, he's like, that's too many guns. This guy walks up with dynamite, and he's like, absolutely fucking not.
He just throws it in the water next to the other boats. I'm like, what is he doing? Like,
yes,
they're so tightly packed together.
And then like, you know, this wild hair dude with like, you know, the glasses, who's like probably 5 foot. How tall is Richard? I don't even know. He looks kind of shorter compared to the rest of the cast. So he pulls up and he looks directly up at this sailor, and he goes, "Morning, little fella."
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that guy, all of his lines are improvised for the entire movie. Like, because the next scene, he basically does a monologue about how they're going to kill the shark on the boat. But yeah, anyway, so it's Richard Dreyfuss. Boom, famous actor. You know, he's there. He's the oceanography dude. He's the expert. And this is very interesting to me because I imagine in 1975 that the scientist would be a nerd archetype, like a stereotype of someone without charisma. But Richard Dreyfuss plays him like a very confident and capable man. Who's honestly capable of being a sailor. Like, I feel like maybe this is like an 80s and 90s trope that comes later, but usually they'd give this guy Poindexter glasses. He would talk like this, and he would be like, you know, like emasculated. Urkel. Yeah, Urkel. Yeah, so he's like, he's got an ego to him too, like the way Richard Dreyfuss plays this character, whose name is Hooper. He's kind of going around and he's like, everyone here is an idiot because he's seeing all the boating regulation stuff, and Brody doesn't know him, so he's just like, hey, tell those guys to stop. There's like, yeah. And then he's telling the deputy, he's like, go out there, those are your people, and he's like, okay. And then they say something again, and they're like, nah, fuck off, you know. So he introduces himself. He's like, I'm here to see what you got going on. Let's go to the autopsy scene. Boom. We're off to the races with this. Now, I actually find the autopsy scene particularly interesting because I think this is Richard Dreyfuss doing, like, there's a reason he's paid a lot to do this. When he unveils the tarp of the first victim in the opening shot of the movie, he does this thing which, if you've ever experienced a cadaver before, it's kind of a similar experience for the first time you've seen it. I know that's a niche experience to say, but he like the wind is knocked out of him for a second, but he kind of like has to lock back in. So he sees the carnage of the brutalized body, and he's like, and he like takes his glasses real quick. It's like
get a cup of water.
Yeah, it's like his survival instincts kicked in, and he instantly went into fight or flight. And you don't see the body, like the camera won't show you the body, so they don't get that rated R rating. But you know it's like it's gruesome. There's limbs, there's like chunks of meat. So like the way he acts in that scene kind of puts you in the headspace to what you can expect. Yeah, so he's basically like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. This is clearly a shark, and the jaws of the shark are like, you know, absolutely ginormous, and we're dealing with whatever scientific lingo. So you're like, okay, it's a big ass shark. That's what we're dealing with. Yeah, how'd you guys feel about the next scene where all like 90 dudes go out into the water to go kill the shark?
Yeah, so like, you know, they eventually find the tiger shark, and I just know like this movie, like they were just killing sharks just to kill sharks, but after this movie, there was just a shark cult for no reason because everybody was just scared of sharks, and it just had the opposite effect. Like these sharks aren't naturally like man eaters. That's just a myth. It's like they kind of just confuse us for seals sometimes, and like they do like a bump and bite where they'll like hit you and be like, and then
just
like,
take a little nibble.
Like, nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
fatal injury, but they're like, you good.
Coming on next on Shark Corner with Slim today.
Yeah.
Welcome to Shark Week.
That's just how it is. But no,
It's
yeah.
very,
it's just-
very. Go ahead, Jess.
No. It's just like it's just sad to see. Like it kind of introduces a lot of people to like such a fantastic creature, just for like, you know, people just to be scare them for no reason and just massacre a whole bunch of them just for no reason at all.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Mike?
fear the movie.
Are you sympathetic for the shark cause? Obviously, we have to
Yes.
you know, for the conservation efforts, of course. Yeah, but you know, like for the sake of let's go. Well, okay, first yes, and then we'll talk about Jaws.
Yes. Yes. In real life, yes. That mentality though, that if they're all jumping in a boat and going, we're gonna go get the shark, not having a clue what they were dealing with, not a clue. As a matter of fact, you didn't mention the two fishermen. The first two fishermen
Oh
Go through the
yes, at
big thing of
night.
meat in the water.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that
on the
before
dock.
this
That's
scene?
before.
Oh, I thought
Yes.
this was after. Oh my God, you're totally
Yeah.
right. Yeah, do you want to
Right,
take us
man.
through that scene? Because that one is way more important than these idiots going to kill this
Super.
wrong shark.
They're super clueless. Oh, you gotta like bless their hearts. So they throw the little meat in the water, thinking it's some little tiger shark,
Hmm.
right? The shark takes the meat and he just goes, and they're like, uh, um, something's happening. The shark destroys the little pier they're on. Destroys. It just destroys it. The dude falls in the water. This is so tense. Oh my god.
It's my worst nightmare because it's like
Oh my god.
you still haven't seen the shark. You don't know how big it is. It's dragging the fucking entire dock into the ocean, and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, this is like the size of a bus.
And the dude is in the water. Try to and the camera angle from the shark is moving, and you can see the dude is just not close enough to the dock. He's almost there. Oh my god, the camera is brilliant. So you're panicking. He's in the water trying to outswim a shark, which is impossible. He makes it to the little piece of wood, and his friend is like, I wonder, should I reach out my hand and help him?
Oh yeah.
So for a second, the dude is just reaching up to nothingness, and then the man's like, okay, I guess I'll help you. And he escapes by, I don't know. That was such a good scene.
It's like I'm happy he
I'm
survived.
sweating just thinking about it.
Yes, there's not a lot of people that survive this movie, but like the dock is used as the indicator for the shark, not the fin. So like there's just this barge that's moving closer to the shore, and you're like, this guy's cooked, and there's no one here to save them.
I was gonna say it slowed him down kind of too, because like Mike's right, or like if that dock wasn't like attached to the shark in any kind of way, like I'm sure he would just killed him. And
Yeah.
also like my favorite thing is his friends like, I don't know the name of the guy who found the water. He's like, Roy, keep swimming, don't turn around, trust me. And
Like the worst advice ever.
But that's but okay, what else would you say in that situation?
Hey man, you need to hurry your ass up! There's shark coming! Swim faster!
But you don't want him to panic.
He need to panic. He's not moving fast enough for me.
No, so we do see some panic later on in the movie in like the next big shark attack scene, and that's like kind of what we don't want. But yeah,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh yeah. So eventually, the cutting back to the future scene with all of the random bounty hunters, they all go kill a random ass shark, and then it's hilarious how they do it. Like this is a good bit of comedy where it's like a cartoon. They're holding the shark up. There's like bullet holes, arrows, a harpoon gun, a spear. So everyone got like a lick in and is claiming the bounty. And so
claim to kill.
yeah, and the mayor's already there, and they're like, call National Geographic, the New York Times. It's gonna be national news. We killed the shark. We're safe this summer.
big shark.
Hey, you see how big? Get the camera, and they're all like lining up to be like, we did it. And Richard Dreyfuss has got the tape measure, and he's like,
He's just
he's subtle about it, and that's a bit of his ego that'll come. I'm just getting lasered here. That'll come to like a more important part later of his emotional battle with Quint. But he's like, yeah, Brody, that's not the shark. And Brody doesn't want to hear it either at first. He's just like, yep, we did it.
He wants
He's
it to be
pulling up
over
his
with.
pants. Yep.
Mhm.
And they're all posing for the picture. It's it's kind of like a hip hop video where they're all like posted up. Yeah, exactly. And they're all like, we did it. We scoped the shark. We spun the block on the ops here, and he's like, listen, that's not the shark. And Brody knows it's not the shark too, because we jump to him at home with his family, and he is slamming bourbon, and he's sitting there.
is this the scene with his kid, and he's just like
Kids.
Oh yes,
mirroring him.
Kids
Like,
at the boat.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And he's the interesting thing about this scene too is it's Bill Simmons from the Ringer Podcast Network's favorite scene is the kid imitating him, because that's a very he claims it's a very Spielbergian
that
thing
scene.
to imitate, like for children to be involved, and that's a very like a realistic thing a child would do, because it has no idea like the stakes of the matter involved. And Brody's a good dad in the moment, like he kind of smiles, and there's a bit of positiveness. And then we get Richard Dreyfuss, and this is hilarious. Hooper coming in with a button-down shirt, a tie, a suit jacket, and jeans on. This is the only pair of jeans he brought to the island.
2 bottles of wine, man.
Yeah, and he's acting with civility, but everyone except Brody's wife knows what's going on. Like they're on the same wavelength, but they don't want to say it out loud yet. So that's why he's coming with the wine and the peace offering, and he's like. he's like, and they're kind of sitting. He's kind of sitting there smiling, and Brody's looking at him, and he opens the wine, and he just starts pouring it directly onto the bourbon. And it was one of my favorite moments in the movie where he goes, "You're gonna want to let that breathe," and he just starts chugging.
Never mind. Never mind.
Little boy. Which I wanted to prove today by cutting the shark open, but you want to let that breathe for nothing.
Hooper also just like, is anybody eating this? And he just takes his full plate of food away from him.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I mean, and I feel like that's characterization we don't get in movies anymore. We kind of skip these like little beats that make someone feel like a whole person. Yeah, and that's when he starts describing to him. He's like, "Listen, that's not the shark, and we can prove it right here and now." Oh, before there's that hilarious moment where the mayor's like, "What you're not gonna do is some half-assed damn autopsy," and with the Kinder boy spills out all over the beer.
Yes.
And that's hard. He's an asshole, right? But he's not wrong in that moment. He's still an asshole.
That one, like, I'm sorry, but could you imagine?
No,
I cannot.
The little kid spilling out onto the beer.
No, Jesse, I
That would be so fucked up.
No.
That'd be so
Why
bad
you laughing,
because there's no way to shoot that in a way that would look scary. It would only be it'd be so absurd. The only thing you could do is laugh. He's like, let's go out and cut the shark up right now tonight. And then they go there, and then you get that like Empire Strikes Back Tauntaun scene where the light glistens off the knife and he cuts the shark open. And he's like, just what I thought. It swam from the West Coast to the East Coast, and he throws the Arizona license plate or whatever. And they know
Louisiana, the Gulf Stream.
Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for that. That's right. Thank you.
I remember.
Thank you, our resident oceanographer. But yes, and he's like, okay, we know that's not the shark. So now we know it's still out there, and we gotta piece it. Somebody help me out. What's the next scene directly after this?
Oh, they talking to the mayor. They
hop on the boat, I thought. On his boat. Hooper's boat.
Oh, no.
Is that after or before?
Oh, they did. They went out.
Yeah, because they got to go find it
reason.
first. They want to confirm it
Yes.
right before they talk to the mayor in the morning.
And he's like, oh, there's something out there. There's definitely something out there. Then they come back.
Yeah.
That's right. The next day.
Yeah, because he's on that tactical, Navy SEAL boat, and he's like, "Hey, you rich or something?" He's like, "Unironically, yes. My entire family is really wealthy, so I can afford all of the resources that the audience will be questioning for the remainder of the film." So
I'm Batman.
Yes, Hooper is the Batman of Great White Sharks, the Bruce Wayne. This scene is fairly invented, and it was also shot later in post after they left the island in the big MGM tank. But so Hooper's like, they see a destroyed fishing vessel of a local that Brody recognizes, and he's like, "Hey,
That's right.
Let's go. Let's let like the shark has to be around here," and it's on the little detector that it's in the area. And he's like, well, Hooper's like, I'm gonna go see. There's no reason for him to go see this. He doesn't have to actually get in the water. It's pretty useless, but there's a reason. So he gets in the water. He's inspecting the hole. We get that snorkeling shot. And this is I jumped in the theater. I'm so fucking stupid. Like I feel so embarrassed to admit this out loud. The severed head of the local comes through the hole of the ship, and it goes boom. It does that, and it's like. He's like screaming. I literally jumped. Like I've not been jump scared since I was like 16. I did like a little because I didn't expect it. It got me.
Yeah.
So yeah, he swims back to the top and he's like, "Yeah, that dude's fucking dead, and the shark is clearly in the water." Did this get you? Does this get you guys, or is it like when you're watching it? Oh, it does. Okay.
It didn't get me this time. I did forever.
Especially
remember.
as an 8-year-old who's never listened. I don't think I saw any type of horror movies. I had no experience with horror movies, jump scares, and all that. So clearly,
This is the first time.
when the head pops out and it's a dead person, and you're 8 and you don't know what's going on, yes.
So this movie
Yes.
must like replay in your head as like your worst nightmare. Like anytime
Not
you got like a.
not as much.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say not now.
Because
Still.
there are 72,000 movies more vicious, more chilling, more gory than Jaws.
That makes sense. You got to see like horror progress. For me, actually, it's a little different. But finish your point, and then I'll get on that.
But that affects the stuff I see now. It's like, well, I saw Jaws, so whatever you do, you probably took from 70s horror movies.
Hmm.
Yep, you did. Oh, yeah. Oh, is that a head gonna pop? Oh, wow.
Because
Arm
you can
fell off.
see
Oh,
it
wow,
coming.
that's
Yeah.
scary.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that was the start for me. Like, oh. So everything can relate to Jaws as far as horror movies. Like literally everything.
You know,
That's the bar.
yeah, and I think that's a fundamental bar to have set, especially for horror, because like for us, like particularly Justin and I in the early 2000s, the horror that was like in
Mm.
the mainstream was all like, it was paranormal activity, it was found footage style supernatural movies that relied on the jump scare camera work. So for me, if I see a ghost movie, I'm like completely desensitized to all of those cuts. Like when the classic cut where the camera is focusing on the character, and then it pans over to what the character's looking at, and it's usually like not super detailed. It's usually dark, and then the character opens the door. There's nothing there. The camera cuts back to the character, relieve face, and then when they turn around, that's when you get the jump scare.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
specific. I'm like immune to that, but this type of horror, I'm not. So like I'm in the theater, I'm shitting myself. At 24 years old, because like obviously it's been like it's been stolen and robbed from a million times, but like I'm seeing the OG product here, like we're straight to the source. So yeah, they eventually go to talk to the mayor, and
They're mad.
yeah, this is the Jurassic Park moment.
Hmm.
This is to come to Jesus. Hopefully, like fuck the money. We need to get this. So he's like, listen, there's a shark. It's killing people. It's dangerous. And then like Hooper, they're playing bad cop with the mayor. And Hooper's like, it's absolutely massive. The jaw's the size of like whatever. You're gonna have more victims. Like he's explaining shark science, but they're doing it in a way that doesn't feel like they're yapping in your ear. It's not it's just not unnecessary exposition. It makes sense for the plot. So he's explaining what a great white shark is, and according to the documentary before this, people were not familiar with great white sharks at all. So he's explaining what the type of shark is, what the scale is they're looking at, like how it hunts, which means it's territorial. It always hunts close to the sandbar, so everyone is pretty much going to be in danger the whole time. And once it gets a food source it enjoys, it's going to stay there. And so until they handle it, it will continue to happen. And the mayor is like, do you have any proof? And he's like, well, yeah, I dropped a tooth. And he's like, so you dropped
Yeah.
it. And he's just blanking it all out. And so the mayor has achieved expert level villain status by this point, because now he's like directly ignoring everything.
See, I don't think he achieves that until they're actually at the beach. And mind you, everybody's there already. They're spending money. And then he's like, hey, man, why you not going in the water?
He's in a
Put on
full
some
suit.
sunscreen.
Yeah. It also, like, I heard a good criticism about this on another podcast. They were like, why do they have to go in the water to affect the businesses? If everyone stays on the beach, all the tourists stay on the beach and have a good time. I mean, okay, yeah, I guess like Tom, who owns the floaty shop on the corner, is going to have a hard time this summer. But all of the other businesses, restaurants, like, merchandising,
Right.
etc., yeah, they're going to be all right. So it's like, like, come on, guys. So he's like, and I guess the guy works for him or something. I can't remember if
Yeah,
that guy's
somebody he knows.
yeah, a part of his cabinet. Also, this guy wins worst fucking father of the year. He goes,
Oh,
the
man.
Takes his
wife
whole family.
and the kids were all
The
going,
whole family.
and they're concerned the whole time. It's not like they're ignorant, like, oh, okay. No, they're looking around. It's silent. They know. And then and then everyone starts flooding into the water. We're having a good time. Now, also, Brody definitely gets some negative father points too, because his kid shows up with the tiny little dinghy boat thing. And he is like, we skipped one of my favorite parts of the movie where he tells the kids to get out of the boat when it's hitched to the dock, and he's like, get out.
We did.
And his wife's like, no, they're just kids.
It's his
they're nowhere
birthday.
near-
Yeah,
it's his birthday.
tomorrow.
And then she looks at
And she sees look at the book, the shark destroying that boat. She's like, get out now.
Did you hear your father? Get out of the water now! So he tells this kid, he's like, hey, can you go to the pond, which is behind a bridge? By the way, the bridge is now called Jaws Bridge, which is pretty cool. So yeah, like, go hang out like behind the beach in this little like super shallow part of the water. I don't want you in
Right,
this.
it's grandma's, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's where the grandmas go. Yeah, I know, but just do it for me, pal. So
Yeah, just do it for me, yeah.
So everyone's in the water, they're having a grand old time. And inevitability strikes.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing. This is the thing.
But
It's like all the people.
no. This is not the scene where Yes, this is the scene where the two boys
The
had
fake out. Yeah,
the
the
fake
fin.
shark thing. So we
Yes.
panicked for about 5 minutes,
Yeah.
only to find out the shark is the girl like, hey guys.
We're
He's like, a shark?
Oh yeah. Oh, oh my god, masterful
It's an
filmmaking.
awesome scene.
Also, I
It's-
forgot that they like assemble their own version of. By the way, the whole movie, he's like, "Can we just please call the National Guard?" And everyone ignores him. So
the
they,
Coast Guard.
yeah, the Coast Guard. So they get everyone's like, they're like, "Hey, Ronald and Mr. Ricky, if you could grab your fucking guns and just sit on a boat all day, like all the locals are posted up. They got a helicopter. People are in the, and they're in the water. And when they discover the kid in the fin, thank God they didn't blast it. Yeah, the kids are the kids are like, hey, we got him, and they, and it's like 12 dudes pointing rifles at the kids, and they're like, false alarm, not a real shark. And like you said, the teenagers like just sees Jaws swim right past the beach and go to the pond where we know Brody's kids are.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's an excellent scene. You see, like, because it's real, because you see the dorsal fin and the tail fin, because before it was just the dorsal, and you see them just silently disappear underneath the water. Masterful, man.
So
love it.
I got to take you back to your original trauma here. When you were 8 years old watching this scene, you are now close to the same age as Brody's kids. So is this like like an internalized self moment? Like, you're like, because usually, we already saw the Alex get eaten, so kids are usually off limits in movies like this. So
yeah, I thought that was it for the kids, and of course, where are the adults to protect these kids? Because that's what adults are supposed to do.
it's the 70s. We leave our houses unlocked, and you can just do whatever you want.
That's true, but as a kid, you don't recognize that you're not being protected, or you recognize when you're not being protected. You do know that. So yes, I felt away. I felt away yesterday when I watched it. No, I knew what was going to happen.
I like the little brother in the scene, man. Like, he was just chilling, playing with his sand castles. I love that. And then, like, later on, he's just crying. I guess he just knows the commotion, but the scene, like the shark attack, it's so funny because, like, the kids are just playing on the boat, and this one guy is like, "Hey, you guys all right?
Hey, y'all do like also.
You guys good?"
Somebody go look at that guy's basement. Like, I know he's dead.
I was like, he's so weird.
Yeah, I know he's dead now, but why is he with only the kids? Yeah, we need to start we need to get an investigation going here.
So it's such a weird line, and then he just gets like just bull rushed by the shark, and just we see the arm, not the arm, the leg just floats to the bottom, and just yes.
And I think go ahead.
As an 8-year-old.
Oh no.
Imagine you guys have seen all the horror movies that ever exist. You've seen all the gore, but as an 8-year-old, never experiencing this, imagine just a leg floating to the bottom of the water.
Instantaneous panic. Just like, hey, aunt, can we get the fuck out of here?
That scene and the scene we're going to talk about in a few minutes, I was traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was going to say,
for years.
Dreams and nightmares.
For years.
So
and they didn't show anything but the leg floating.
Was this an apologetic moment after the theater? Like, was the person you're with were they
no.
like? Like there was no hey sorry kid to be like that.
Listen, Jesse, think for a second. This is a grown person who knowingly an 8-year-old to see Jaws on purpose. He knew what the movie was about.
That's okay. I wasn't sure.
It was an accident.
I thought this was an accident.
Yeah, that's even worse.
He was babysitting, child sitting. He wanted to see the movie, so he had to take me along. My mother was angry.
Oh, okay. So that was communicated though. Eventually, I was wondering if there was a "don't tell your mother" moment. Like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're just sitting there permanently affected for the rest of your life, and he's like, "Hey, by the way, don't say anything about this. This is our secret. Do you want ice cream?" Like I was.
See, do you not see this in your future? I'm
That's
like,
good.
hey,
Yeah.
come on,
That's
niece,
good.
come on, little nephew, we gonna go
Oh,
see something.
I'm
No,
100% the type of irresponsible person to not consider that, and it wouldn't
I see
be
it.
at the theater. At the theater, I would have the consciousness to be like, I should not bring the 8-year-old to Jaws. But
Mhm.
at like when I'm rewatching stuff on the TV, that's not something I would think about because like you get, like the scenes in your brain, you're so used to seeing them, they don't mean anything anymore. So I could totally being like, hey kiddo, click severed leg, like
Yeah, it's like, oh, never seen that before.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah,
No, that was great,
I was terrified. Terrified.
yeah. So
Yeah,
the leg
still
hits the
terrified
bottom.
thinking about it.
Oh, also, fun fact about this movie, I learned as well that the worst scenes were all cut. There are substantially more gruesome scenes that were filmed in this movie that Spielberg cut out because he didn't want the rating people to see it before the final cut of the movie came out. So there is a much worse version of that movie that would have existed.
Wow.
Um,
The Zack Snyder version, huh? Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Zack Snyder's Jaws. Yeah, everything's for some reason CGI'd in black and white in that version, though.
Yes.
In slow motion.
Yeah, I don't like Zack Snyder. That's a different conversation. So the leg hits the bottom, and then obviously it's the genuine full-fledged panic, and they're like, oh my god, they're trying to rally, but the shark is gone. And then this is the other scene, the water shots for me, like I need to go to film school or something just to enjoy all this. It's the look on Brody's face, and then the camera cuts to the bridge, and you can see through the
Open
bridge
sea.
into the open sea, and it's just calm again, and you're like, this is the looming threat. It almost feels supernatural in the way that it feels like the ocean is the enemy. It's like it's too vast. It almost feels like catching this shark is impossible because that's what you're dealing with. The whole shebang.
Right.
Man, oh my gosh, shivers. Okay, so now
The mom is panicking. Michael?
Yeah, so this is a scene where like everybody panics just at the fake shark and people are getting like trampled in the water and all that. So
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah, that was
the scene like of the actual attack happens a little bit afterwards, and that's when they all start running towards the like the pond, like you were saying. But yeah,
trampling
see-
scenes do it for me.
I
You
can't
get
do it,
the-
man.
the full effect of why they should have closed the beach.
Yes, because the mayor's
Obviously,
like,
you don't want nobody to get eaten by a shark, but the panic and terror
So much worse.
that's caused, like somebody could have died easily.
Yes,
Yeah,
for-
just not the shark. Yeah,
yeah. Heart attack, stepped on, drowned.
What's that horrible line that the mayor says earlier? He's like, when someone screams Barracuda, everybody's like, huh, what, man? But when you scream shark, you got yourself a
Shark.
panic on the 4th of July.
yeah.
Well, now you have a panic on the 4th of July. Now you have a panic on the 4th of July. So yeah, it's time to conscript Quint. We gotta go. It's time to spin the block and get Quint on board. Let's see, nighttime. Yeah, murder. Okay, cool. Check. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the fact that Michael was in shock.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But at this point, I'm not worried about Michael. I'm ready to go kill the shark. So you're right. We got the kids
That
are
was
reporting.
terrifying, dude.
Yes.
That was terrifying.
Michael witnesses the entirety of the.
Yes, he's in the water. That's what got me as the child. He's in the water shivering.
Yeah. Two children
let's watch this.
traumatized in 75 right now. Mike and Mike.
Yeah.
When he's face down like that and everybody's panicking, I was the only one like, we need to get this scene going because I need to kill the shark now. Because like he's fine. His limbs are on him.
I love the mom is just like
Interesting.
immediately worst off, like he's dead. She didn't even see him. He hasn't even touched him yet.
Oh my
Just
God,
screams
he's
that.
gone. Yes, but I mean,
Yes.
in that moment, okay, understandable.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's go get the shark. I'm sorry. Let's
let's go get him.
It's
Let's
time,
go
guys.
get
It's
this
time for the movie to really become cinema history right now. Okay, we got to go get Quint. So it's like, hey, that guy who we're gonna pay $10,000 to, let's go get him. So Quint, they go to his shack. He's got all of the. He's a shark hunter, so he's got all of the literal jaws as trophies from all the sharks he's hunting. He's boiling them, and like I said, he's talking for 10 minutes in this scene. I don't know anything he's saying. I only know what he's saying because of what Brody and Hooper are responding to, because he's just basically yapping about he's a man's man and a shark killer. And Hooper instantly doesn't like him because he's like, this guy's ego is annoying. And he has a line where he goes, Quint grabs his hands and he basically goes, "You got soft hands, brother. These are counting money hands." They're
Yep.
He's like these are cow hands, and he's like, "I'm tired of this working class hero bullshit." So immediately they're butting heads. And during the filming of the movie, Richard Dreyfuss and Robert Shaw actually did not get along very well. So that ego was existed in the film to outact each other, and a little bit with Richard Dreyfuss. So, but primarily between those two actors, like they found each other a little bit aggravating and gritty. And there's a whole bunch of internet research and stories about like them like pranking each other and intentionally trying to get under each other's skin. But yeah, they're trying to outact each other in that scene. But there's a mutual respect and a mutual frustration being on set with one another. And everyone knows how troubled the set was. The Bruce the shark broke all the time. You know, they were like 3 months out of schedule, way over budget. So like that irritation with each other is real. So yeah, they finally kind of like agree, and they're like, "This is the rules. I'm the captain because it's my." Brody's like, "I'm the captain. It's my charter, so my rules are what we're gonna do." And he's like, "It's my boat," and he's like, "So I'm gonna have some stuff too." So everyone's just kind of staking their masculine claim to things. Brody gets to say goodbye to his wife, and obviously Quentin's overdoing it, and he's just singing sea shanties and his.
Oh my god, woman ain't shit. Basically, he say, "Oh my god." Like,
yeah, and it's like, "Oh, I wonder why this guy's not married." You know, like okay.
That was so funny. You know, you remember he says like, there's like a line where he says, "I was celebrating like my third divorce" or something like that when he was in San Francisco, and that's why he got that scar on his arm for being a Chinese man in an arm wrestle. Like, just like random stuff. What is this dude doing?
Just an asshole. You're not excited to be there.
Psycho. Yeah. Psycho. He was psycho.
Brody's wife runs away, you know, because there's a moment where they kind of like silently agree that it might be the last time they see each other. So they board the Orca, and and they set sail. So we've got our three primary characters, Hooper, Brody, and Quint, setting off to now hunt Jaws. The primary
Bruce.
Yes, Bruce. The primary goal to hunt the shark is pretty simple. You shoot a harpoon into the shark attached to a barrel. The barrel is buoyant, it floats, and that tires the shark out because the shark can no longer dive underwater. So a lot of this is actually like camaraderie building as we build up to eventually seeing the shark. We're chumming the water. We're learning a lot about each other. Brody's learning how to tie knots. Everyone is kind of forced in this confined space to like each other. So we eventually see the shark in the morning. Yes, we see it a little bit as we're trying to track it, and then it cuts to night because we're not really able to do anything with it. And then at night, that's when we get everyone's fucking hammered on the boat. So fun fact about this scene before we get into the monologue. Apparently, Mr. Shaw actually got hammered for this monologue. No. That's why it's funny. So he gets super drunk because he tells Spielberg, I'm going to drink a little something to make it feel more authentic. He gets shit-faced, and he can't deliver the line. So he calls Spielberg in the middle of the night and is like, "I'm so sorry I messed that take up. Please let me try again tomorrow." And he's like, "Okay." So he comes in the next day, one take, delivers the whole monologue about the USS Indianapolis. So for context,
nice.
They're having a scar off. This is how I got this, you know, blah blah blah.
Oh
blah.
yeah.
And then they're kind of enjoying each other's company through telling stories. And he goes, he's talking about his tattoo, and he's like, "That's the USS Indianapolis." And you know, Brody's like, "Huh?" Like he stops laughing and he cuts to serious. And Brody doesn't know what's going on. Brody's like, you know, haha, like what's that? And he's like, and then it cuts to it cuts to Shaw's face as he's explaining that in World War II, to bring extra bomb parts for Japan, the ship sank because it got hit with 2 torpedoes, and 1,100 men went into the water. And over the course of the next month, he watched all of his crewmates get devoured and eaten by sharks. And he's explaining it in contrast with his tone because he's smiling and giggly about telling the story, but you can tell this is his everlasting trauma and his never-ending nightmare as he survived watching all of his friends get murdered by sharks, and so he copes by murdering sharks until he dies.
Yeah.
You forgot.
Oh, what I forget?
The most classic scene in the whole movie. Follow me here. I believe Brody's on the edge of the boat, looking at the gentleman while he's tossing chum in the water.
Is the day before, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he's tossing chum in the water, and you know Bruce is like, "Hey, how's it going?"
He hits the hold on. Where's the?
Yes, and I believe he said, "You're gonna need a bigger boat." That's
Yeah.
probably one of the most classic lines in the movie
Backs
because
up.
they didn't know how big the shark was.
No. No, in the audience, we don't really know either. Like he
No,
explains, he's like it's about 25 feet, you know.
that
Um,
don't mean nothing.
yeah, but you don't know, like, guys. I don't know what 25 feet
No.
looks like. You know, I don't even know how to go to Home Depot. You think I know what 25 feet looks like?
That's how you
think-
deliver a classic line.
Because he's not looking at him either. He's staring, and he's still staring past the threshold of the doorway, and the cigarette's hanging out of his mouth. And you know, you're gonna need a bigger boat. You know, and you're right. That is like one of the most, if not the most, iconic line in the movie.
And it was ad lib. It was ad lib. People who don't know.
Oh, fancy. Okay, shit. Well, that makes it even better. Okay, yeah. Woo, research.
Thank you. So Indianapolis, and then
Yes.
they're after that scene, they're really getting drunk now. And the shark is like, "Now's my chance."
Yeah, it's time to attack, and so they gotta batten down at the hatches and really lock the fuck in to kill the shark. So eventually, it sets
Because
up.
he's destroying the boat.
He's ramming it. Yeah, he
Yes.
is like breaking
Like-
the hull.
Like he's human. Like he's destroying it piece by piece.
Like he knows.
And then-
Yeah.
Yes, which is obviously in 2025 stupid, but
Mhm.
at that time it was like. ooh,
But it
that's-
adds some sauce to it too, because the shark is almost mythological by this point anyway. So giving it like exaggerated intelligence is pretty nice. And the movie does a good job at making you not feel as it to be absurd, because we've already seen the destroyed ship before with the severed head. So this is a pattern by this point in the movie. Of it
Oh yeah, I
attacking
didn't think
boats.
about that.
It's not the first
Yeah.
time you've seen it. It's like when Dr. Loomis pulls out that random 45 in Halloween. Because other than that, you would be like, why does a therapist have a gun? But you saw him pull it out earlier in the movie, so you're kind of conditioned to seeing it already.
Oh man, yeah.
So what's it called? What is it? Shaw? Quint? Oh yeah, Quint goes to get his spear gun, which this is the only thing in the ship that's been cleaned in the past 30 years. It's chromed out. You know, this is his Draco that he's basically got, like, you know, in perfect condition. So they're getting the harpoons ready, and you know, he's having Brody tie the knot, or not Brody, getting all the Hooper. Yeah,
Hooper.
Hooper to tie the knot of the barrels, and he's like, hurry up, and he's like, don't wait on me. That's that ego battling coming in again. So he shoots it, boom, barrel gets launched off. I love the mechanism of this, by the way. I don't know, it's just satisfying
Yeah.
when it goes like
It
shoot,
was.
and it like launches the barrel
It
off.
sounds.
I was gonna say it gets real like I don't even know, like fantastical when they like hunting it, and when they have like a harpoon and like you see the buoy just flying through the water, and the music's like dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, it's
dun,
whimsical.
dun, dun,
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
The score
Which is
changes.
fun. Ooh.
Yes,
Yeah, it's fun,
like,
yeah.
oh, we could do it. And honestly, like I've seen this movie before, but like at this point, I'm kind of convinced that this strategy makes sense. Like I know it's not going to work, but like I'm waiting to see why. So they shoot it, boom. The shark is strong enough to dive it, and so they're like, that's kind of like both Hooper and Shaw are like. Or Quint, sorry, I'm getting the actor's name. Yeah, correct. They're like, that's not a good sign, because usually one barrel will get a shark. But they're like, surely two, that'll be fine. Shark spinning around a little bit. Boom, we hit it with two. It's still diving. It's still like knocking the barrels off. And now the shark is learning. So every time they go to try to recover a barrel, the shark is kind of lying in wait to attack them. And eventually we repeat this cycle as we watch our three hardy pirates fight this shark. Eventually when they're heading back to shore, because the ego has become pretty much so insane by this point that Quentin is trying to get everyone killed almost. It's either we're killing the shark or we're gonna die, because after a little while, Brody's like, this is fucked, like we don't have a chance, we need to call the Coast Guard, gets on the radio, tries to start calling for backup, and then Quint comes up and smashes the radio, and they don't say anything about it. He's just like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And he just kind of looks at him like it's implied, you know, why he's doing this, you know.
Yeah,
he can't.
he doesn't want help, he wants the money, like.
Yes, and the ego becomes the downfall of the characters, you know, like it's the
It's
reason.
just kind of like a Moby Dick, you know.
Ahab, absolutely.
Yes.
He's Ahab. Yes.
Oh, that's the name of the captain, right?
Captain Ahab, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
They start steering towards the shore, and you can actually see the shore in the camera, which makes you.
You
like,
can. I thought I was like, did they make a mistake?
I
It's
imagine
right there.
it's the illusion of safety. You can see it, so you think it's close, but it's not. So they're full speed ahead, and Hooper is like, because he's a scientist and a smart dude, he's like, dude, the engine can't handle this. Can you like chill out a little bit? We'll make it. And Quint's like, fuck you, and he's
House in
full
the metal.
throttle.
Yeah.
And then obviously the engine eventually conks out, which gives Jaws the opportunity to like fully engage with the thing. There is the shark cage moment now. So they're like, okay, the barrels and the harpoon gun shit ain't working. So they put together the shark cage. And by the way, the whole time the camera is panning to an oxygen tank because of obviously later reasons. So Hooper,
it did that earlier.
We get Chekhov's oxygen tank, because he drops him. He's like,
earlier,
"What are you doing
in the movie?" Yes.
Yes.
Next time, ask for help or whatever.
Yes. A very progressive line for the 70s. Next time, ask for help. Okay, well, we'll take that with us.
I was gonna say, because like Hooper and Quint are like, they're kind of experienced. They know what they're doing, but they're kind of clashing. And Brody is like, he's kind of
no idea. He's just.
But they kind of like. They kind of know he's still capable and does stuff. You know?
He's like the mediator between these two ridiculous mountains of personality. He's just making sure that they do stuff. He's the voice of reason almost.
Even like he's tying the rope and he's like, "Hey, I got it." And I think the shark appears or something like that.
Yes, that's what happened. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other two characters are drowned by obsession, so he's the only one that's there for the safety of everyone. So they put the cage together, and he's like, "All right, I got this medication, and we're gonna inject the shark in the mouth. If I can
sodium nitrate, I believe.
Okay, look at you. All right." So he's like, "I gotta get in the mouth. The skin is too thick." So and he's like,
or the eye.
Or the eye.
Yep.
And Quint's like, I just got to tear the cage apart. And he's like, well, what the fuck else are we going to do? So he gets in the cage, and this is the shark made manifest, full in all of its glory, just attacking the cage, ripping it open. And you're like, oh, Hooper's dead, for sure. He drops the spear, pulls out his Bowie knife, and he's just stabbing Bruce in the face, fighting for his life.
That's where the blood was coming from. I thought that last night that the shark actually bit him. I was like, I don't remember that part, but it makes sense. He was stabbing the shark. That's where the blood was coming from.
In my memory of this movie, Hooper dies. I completely forget that he survives in this movie. Did anyone else on the rewatch?
I remember. Yeah.
You guys remember him being alive?
Yeah, no. We watched it. Because he swam. He swam from the cage.
Yes.
Yeah. Like they show it.
Yes.
Very smart. Yeah.
They show it. Yeah.
Well, when I was in the theater, I had forgot that scene happened. So before it came up, I was just expecting that Brody is because I remember that iconic she scene at the end of the movie, but for this part, I actually forgot that he survived. So yeah, he's hiding, and so now it's just Quint and Brody on the boat fighting for their life, and Bruce is pissed. So now he does the which is described
breaches the water.
Yes, as an expert hunting technique by professionals in the documentary. The breaching of the shark to catch usually seals. Breaches onto the boat, shatters it, tilts the boat, and
that's right.
And its full head is on the boat, and you can see the whole shark, and it's just it's the devil.
Yes.
It is literally the devil. It's like
back and forth.
And it's inevitable too, because the boat is angled in such a way where everyone is kind of sliding towards the mouth of the shark. And this to me, I don't want to call it out just yet because I don't want you guys to steal my pick here. But Justin already knows. Fuck you. When Quint slides through, it's the most realistic death scene ever, and almost in one of cinema history. I know I'm being dramatic, but it's because he slides, and the first noise he makes isn't a scream; it's breathing because he's trying to scramble. He's bites his legs.
He doesn't know where to put his legs.
Yeah, and then that's when he's like, "Oh! Oh!" That's when you get the screaming, and it clamps onto him, and it's like the teeth go into his lungs, blood shoots out of his mouth. He grabs the machete that's on the edge of the boat. It's doing nothing. He's just and Brody can't help. Hooper isn't there. He's just his whole life is devoured by the memory of sharks murdering his friends. And this is what he was describing on the Indianapolis. He's like, sometimes you hit it, you flail at it, and it goes away, but sometimes you don't. And he talks about the screaming and the guttural sound of people getting severed by the shark, and it's happening to him now. It's like, and I was in the documentary. They mentioned that I think it was James Cameron talking about it. It's this character's destiny. It was always written that this is how this character was going to die. It's just the life he created for himself, and the trauma that affected him. And so he gets completely gobbled, swallowed whole, and then.
Well, he just slowly descends back into the water, and then it's just still again. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. And then we're like, okay, well, there's probably gonna be another attack another 4 hours. No, we're in the last 5 minutes of the movie now. Shark comes barreling through the glass. in the captain's quarters, and the meat from Quint is hanging from its teeth. Or yeah.
Well, I need to go back and see that.
Yeah,
No.
like there is like wet meat hanging from the shark's teeth, and it's Quint, it's Quint's body, obviously. So, Brody takes the oxygen tank, jams it in its mouth, and like kind of messes it up a little bit, which makes the shark circle back. And the ship is now sinking. He climbs the mast. He's got himself a spear and the rifle. Starts stabbing at it, and he's hitting that.
Yeah, he's hitting that.
Yeah, he's hitting that, and
wait, he has his revolver, right?
Yeah, earlier he was shooting at it as it was swimming past the boat, which isn't doing anything. But now he's got the rifle. The shark comes up. Bruce, he's stabbing it with the spear, and then it spins around. He's shooting at it. And fun fact, they actually shot this scene by launching marbles into the water to create the bullet effect of it flying past the shark.
Because I figured because he was shooting it like the bullets. He wasn't aiming that direction. He was aiming over here. only I would see something like that.
And he's talking about the tank, and he goes, and then you get the iconic "smile, you son of a bitch." Shoots it, and it explodes. And someone in the documentary compared it to the Death Star blowing up. And after I heard that, I was like, "Holy shit! That's why this feels so amazing. It is the Death Star. Like it's this vile creation that's finally satisfyingly being destroyed. It's like boom, guts everywhere, and he's laughing. He's having a great time. Quint swims back up, or Hooper swims back up, and he's like Quint, and he goes no, and they just start laughing, and that's your movie right there.
And they swim back to shore, which
clearly
wasn't
the
that far.
Yellow buoys, yeah.
Yes. And so how does this scene resonate with you guys? That last 5 minutes, at this point you're kind of almost exhausted from being scared this whole time. So how does it hit today in 2025?
Oh, it's just satisfying, man. I guess when there's a killer animal in most movies, and if it's a certain size, it's gonna get blown up. But this is kind of the first thing. This is the first happening, man. So this is awesome. Yeah.
Yes, this had not been. Well, I can't say that. I can't recall anything before Jaws with this type of intensity and the destruction of the antagonist. I don't think it was a thing. I mean, it could have happened somewhere.
But this is pre-Michael Bay, so this isn't a conventional way to defeat your antagonist, So it makes sense that this would be pretty early on. How did an eight-year-old you feel seeing the shark get destroyed? You're like, I can go home safe now.
Probably relieved. Probably relieved. But it wasn't the death of the shark. It's the entire movie that you carry with you.
Yeah,
he died now, but the rest of the
your brain's not formed yet. I get it. No, that makes sense. I've asked you to recall memories from X amount of years ago.
You saw it blow up, right? But it could be another one out there.
Yeah, I think that's
Jaws 2.
Stop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's time to get into categories. So I think, we'll do categories first and we'll rank them. First, we'll go criticisms. Now, we actually did a good job at saving most of these nitpicks for the end of the movie. So we'll rewind. Mike, if you want to go first, what are your primary criticisms with the movie? If you had to list at least like three or so.
I think I have one besides the mayor being an asshole. I would say for me, it was literally the beginning with all the kids on the beach. I have no reference. I'm like, why are they on the beach? What the fuck are they doing?
Hanging.
And then this girl, right? Chrissy is her name. She's off on her own, and then this drunk dude comes, and she runs away with the drunk dude. Why? She didn't know him. They didn't know each other.
They was moving fast in 75.
It's back
taking
in
off
the
her
day, so-
clothes. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But still, I'm saying now, 2025. That's
Oh yeah,
that's so
no.
suspect.
Oh yeah,
more unbelievable, just for the movie plot kind of thing. She just could have ran off by herself.
Mhm.
yeah, just a little night swim action, But we were trying to hook a particular audience, So
Yeah, the whole, I guess the sex thing without the sex, I suppose, because that wasn't really a thing
yes,
until the other horror movies started coming out and all the kids started having sex and all that.
I
Which
think-
they were doing, obviously.
yes. The late 70s, I think, started to pioneer this too, because the Amityville horror movie that was filmed in the late 70s as well. There's a lot of nudity and sexualization of the wife in that movie, and obviously we get. I'm trying to think of another movie that would have done this. Oh, Halloween. Yeah, Halloween has some stuff like this in the original movie. So
Right there too. Mhm.
Texas Chainsaw
Yeah.
Massacre. Does that have any?
not really. There's like a wet T-shirt kind of situation going on with that. But
Oh, okay.
all right, Justin, how do you
So
feel?
just for me, is
Oh, go ahead.
the beginning. Nothing else. Everything else felt right. Like the writing was almost perfect. Is that
No,
like?
yeah,
And even that
it's hard to
is
find a
tolerable.
criticism, right?
Even that is tolerable. People obviously do that. That's where they got it from.
Yes.
It's just the fact that she went off the stranger and got in the water and not thinking about, something could happen to me. Nobody would know where I am.
Yeah, this was before
Well,
the true
as an
crime
adult.
era had taken over the women of the modern day. So they ever think about that in '75? All right, Slim, what are your criticisms? What do you got?
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, like, I think the obvious one would be like just the Bruce turning into like the Moby Dickish character of like almost knowing exactly who's on the boat and like wanting to still attack it. Like it's getting hit by these harpoons and it's like feeling pain. And a realistic animal is not going to keep coming back at something like that. And I know it's like just for the plot, but like that's just like the most easy baseline criticism for this amazing movie. Like there's no like
Good
it's
point.
like come on, like that's it.
You guys
Great
know
point.
me. I
Yeah.
love nitpicks, and it's time to get into it. One,
Mhm.
the
Do
mayor
it.
being not only Delulu, but not thinking about it as a business decision. What you do is you close the beach and you start selling shark merch, like 5 months after the incident to capitalize on that death, which is evil.
Mhm.
But guys, we got to lock in here. Two, why the fuck does Hooper have to get in the water when that first boat is sunk? Like when he sees the hole in the severed head, you don't have to get in the water. Like, what are you looking for? Like, you don't have to inspect it. They literally said, we were going to take the boat back to shore, aren't we? And he's like, yeah, but I just want to go check it out. Pull it back to shore first. Be safe. Take a look at the hole.
Yeah.
Any of the other characters not getting involved, the Coast Guard not being called sooner. Like, Brody should have just done that. Just
It's for
anyway.
the first thing, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll spare you guys of never-ending tangents. We'll move on to most chilling scene. So if you're unfamiliar, this is the
Ooh.
particular scene in the movie you found to be the most scary. And I'll go first before someone takes mine. I'll
It's mine too, I'm
go.
sure.
I'll be generous. I'll go Quint's death. As you're just helpless to watch him get killed by his greatest fear.
Okay. No, Mike, you can go next.
Oh
I'm not
well,
sure.
it's easily the cage for me.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, okay. I
Expecting
thought you were
that,
going to
yeah.
take the opening.
Easily. As the no. At that time, I remember the cage. I was so scared. I was terrified, sitting there pretty much by myself. Like I couldn't share with anybody. I was just like, he
Help!
destroyed that cage. Like it was so frantic. I just didn't know what to do.
And
I
it's
was
built
in
for the
shock.
safety of the observer too. So it's like the one thing you expect to withstand the shark, but it won't.
Right, and it's interesting how they did it because every movie steals this. So he's in the cage with the thing. He sees the shark. Shark goes past. He's like,
And then
"I
it
have the
spins.
shark behind him right now."
Yes.
Yeah.
The shark is right behind him.
Yes.
What?
He's
Oh
right
my-
behind
yeah.
me, isn't he? Yeah. Classic.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was definitely without question the cage, then Quint, then the leg.
Oh, I forgot
For
about the
me.
leg. Okay, Justin, what do you got?
Yeah.
For me, I would say it's like any scene, like the first scene, I guess Quinn's death too, but also when the shark attacks the like the little pond area. Anytime the shark is just silently sliding underneath the water, and I know that big ass shark is there, but they don't know. That's my favorite.
Wow, I'm actually proud of us. Nobody picked the opening scene. I feel like that was like the obvious one to pick. I like that we kind of dived into alternative scenes here.
I would say I didn't because it's so.
It's the staple, it's the thing.
Yeah, and I watched it last night. That was incredible work that they did, but it was so early in the movie that when the cage scene came, that was irrelevant as an 8-year-old. All that was irrelevant.
Everything
when the
before
cage
the
scene happened.
scariest thing, yeah.
There was nothing. That was nothing.
I'm gonna get philosophy. Like, it kind of reminds me of, Alien. Its tagline: "No one in space can hear you scream." And we always compare kind of like space and the ocean kind of
Oh,
being the
that's
same
smart.
thing.
Yeah.
And as soon as she goes under, like nothing, you can't hear anything. It's just like I said, like a regular day. Like that's like one of my
Okay,
favorites.
Mr. Professor, getting deep into the plot. That was good.
I love
Okay. Next, we'll go to pick your death scene. So if you had to, this is the hardest one and my favorite one. If you had to go out like any of the characters, which one are you picking? I went first last time, so I guess I'll forfeit. Slim, you can go first because you haven't gone first yet.
That's what. Are we basing it off of the coolness of the death scene? Like
No,
somebody
how?
has to die.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so hard. Like, typically we try to pick the least egregious way to die, so it's almost the opposite. You're picking the most like mellow death scene, but you still got to die. So if you had to go out like one of the characters, how are you picking it?
Not Quint.
Exactly. That's the whole. You got to go through all these shark because they're all shark deaths. No one dies of natural causes in this movie.
Yeah, like a gunshot or anything.
Yep.
Wow. Maybe. Wow. The first little boy, Alex.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That was good.
You let me go first.
Yeah, because at least you get to die with other people. I feel like everyone else kind of lost it by themselves.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, the first girl, I want to say she's the only person besides the other guy we see get killed off screen and they find his body in the boat. Like, everything else is taken. Like, she at least like leaves some body parts. Like, I'm not sure how much they find of Alex or how much they find of the like the other guy who lost a leg, because like maybe that's the only thing that's left of him. But would y'all rather like get swallowed whole, or like sometimes they just bite you in half and leave you to die just to bleed out. Like, it's kind of hard to think, but I'll take the man. I'll go with the guy in the boat next to the kids. Like, the first scene is too like alone for me. That is just too solo.
Yeah, y'all suck. All right, anyway.
Yeah.
Check this out. I'm dying like Quint. We're having a last stand battle. All right. I'm repping the homies. I'm sacrificing myself for the cause. There's y'all are gonna tell stories about me after this one. So I'll take, like, even though that's like the worst way ever, I'm gonna have to take Quint.
Go by your greatest fear. Yes. Yeah. Literally the worst thing ever. Yes.
Okay. We're gonna skip sequel possibility. We'll go to grave mistake. So obviously the name of the podcast here. So this is where everyone picks a decision that was made in the movie that led to a character's ultimate downfall. I'm gonna go first because I'm not letting anyone take this.
Oh no!
Yeah, Quint.
There's a flame in the mayor.
No, I'm going Quint accelerating that boat past the engine's limits. I'll leave you guys some easy picks there. Mike, you want to go next?
Because that's my answer.
All right, Justin.
I guess Hooper just being a little more locked in the water, because why was he just facing one direction?
Oh, your complaint is that he couldn't spear the shark.
Yeah, like, especially like, this is a cage, so you can't, like, if he drops the spear, he was also holding the spear outside of the cage because I guess it was too long, but he was just like ready to drop the spear. It seemed like
the outside of the cage thing made me very angry because there's like holes in the cage, dog. You don't gotta hold it on the outside. Just get ready.
Yeah. I guess that's mine.
All right, Mike, what do you got?
I concur.
You can pick the mayor. That's an easy one.
Mayor's just an asshole. That's just like,
yeah, him not closing the beach. That's
everything he did was against the coroner being like a snake and changing his.
Oh yeah, someone fire that guy. Where's that part of the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, the mayor. I wanted to choke him through the TV screen of the movie screen. He was awful.
Wearing those awful anchor suits. Why did all his suits have anchors on them?
Right, I didn't notice that till later on. Like, ugh.
God, he is actually so ugly in this movie.
Disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, the mayor. He was just
everything he made too counts.
The thought process. It's just the stupidity of people.
He had the audacity to say, "I was just trying to to look out for the town's bit. Like, you know, he was trying to justify it when he signs that paper to officially call in the Coast
He's
Guard.
like, my kids were out there too, and
Yeah.
Man, if you don't shut your ass up, all that talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, we're skipping sequel possibility. Oh, here we go. My next two favorite. We're gonna first go representation station. So this is where we're gonna score the movie out of 10 on how well it did at representation.
What's the lowest?
Lowest is a 0, but 0 I would put for like
No try.
Like no, 0 is almost it's direct racism.
Direct racism, not
okay.
Yes.
One is like there was nothing, and then you know like, and then you can interpret like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this movie a 2. Hold on, representation includes women as well, and I think some of the female actually. Yeah, I'll give it a 2. It would be a 1, but the reason I'm giving it a 2 is because the performances of the female characters in this movie are pretty great, and they're fairly involved in the story. Now, they pretty much get forgotten about for the most part. There's no, like, you know, moment of heroism for them or anything like that. They're pretty much limited to just being married in this movie, but I enjoyed their performances, and I think they did a good job. So I think it's a 2 out of 10 for me.
I mean, I gotta agree. Like,
there's no black people.
Either way, there are some.
In the yes, in the background, but not as characters.
Named character. No.
Yeah, not at all. But did we need that? Did we need that?
It was 75.
Really? Yeah.
No, it was 75, and it was still that time. They just didn't have any tokens.
Yeah, the movie ends like 30 minutes earlier if there's black people in this movie. You know, like we're having more rational decisions. You know.
My girlfriend was like, "What? How would this movie be if it was all black people?" And I was kind of like, "Man, they'd probably be out in like Louisiana, off like
it'd be an alligator,
sharks." Yeah. Oh, he's like alligator in a bayou.
Yes,
that'd be the.
If Hollywood was making this movie, absolutely.
Yeah,
they wouldn't go out.
Yeah, there would be no going to hunt the creature either. No. It would be the Coast Guard would have showed up in the like after the second death, like that kid dies, the Coast Guard showing up, and everyone's sitting on the beach or like you know in the guard tower with the binoculars, like watching the Coast Guard use like a machine gun to kill Bruce.
They're not going in the water.
All the black people are in New York, where Brody came from.
That's right.
Yes.
So I would agree with the 2 as well. Women were represented. We weren't because. Realistically, we would not be
in the water.
No.
At Martha's Vineyard, first of all. That's first. That's first.
So, fun fact, I know, we're getting into it. So, there is a small part of Martha's Vineyard called Oak Bluffs, which is actually renowned for having black people there. And there is a black film festival that takes place there every year and where super famous people go in attendance. Spike Lee was there. It's called the MVAFF organization, I think. But yeah, so there is like a small community of black people on Martha's Vineyard. It's called Oak Bluffs.
Was that back in 1975?
Oh, probably not. I have no idea.
As far as you know. Well, then I still give it a 2. Okay, we can blame it. It
2.
Even a thing.
I'm happy that we can all agree about the 2 score. Okay, so next, this is going to be your area of expertise. We're going to talk about the music. So typically, we would just describe like our favorite moments of the music, but I mean, it's iconic. I mean, was it Hans Zimmer, right? Just composing one of the most iconic pieces of all time. What are your takes for like having a music ear to it? How do you feel about the score in the film, and how did it impact you, in your life and it revolves around music?
Well, obviously, it's one of the most famous. Even though there's really nothing to it, you think about it, that's it. That's enough, right? Then it's the orchestra comes in and I was like, okay, all right. Yes. But they don't really play that a lot in the movie.
See, I think it's every time you see Bruce underwater, and I also want to say, like, when we I think we see a vision from like the kids when like there's the fake out but there's like no music, so it's kind of an indication that it's not Bruce and like it's a fake out. And then once they actually see Bruce and you hear the water, you see underwater and you hear the music, it's like 100% Bruce. Like,
oh, that's smart. I didn't notice that. That's a little nod to the
Yeah.
audience there.
I do like how they did the happy scenes on the boat.
Yeah.
Just to get your mind off of the horror and the carnage and the tension that it's giving you all this time. Like, okay, well, there's a moment where like, might think of this, and you like, they might survive.
Yeah, it almost sets you up for failure because it sounds like something
Yes.
from like E.T. or something, you know, like
Yes.
I mean, like, yeah, the score for this has obviously been like, I mean, it has inspired so many bits and like, you know, like comedic moments where like, you know, someone plays the song and it's just somebody, you know, sneaking up on their best friend. But I just like, yeah, Hans got that, you know, he got that.
This is
that
Hans
ability.
Zimmer.
It's iconic. No, this is
the guy who
the
did Star
dude.
Wars. Help me out, guys.
the dude.
Uh,
The most famous one? That's crazy. How we forgetting this dude's name? Star Wars. John Williams.
John Williams. Thank you. That's right. I'm saying Hans Zimmer the whole time.
Wow.
Right.
How do we
John
do
Williams.
that?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Brilliant.
Cut the button. All right.
Brilliant.
wow.
But yeah, I mean,
The
like,
music is excellent.
yes.
Yes.
The simplicity of it is
Excellent.
also iconic. And you know what? I think you do a really good job of talking about it in your episode where you compare the Halloween theme to this theme. When you guys talk about it, it's you know, like its effect on like, you know, pop culture and how it affects you when you hear the theme and like which one kind of
Staying power,
instills that
man.
instant terror to you. Yeah, so you guys need to go check out that episode as well on the Who You Got Mike and Mario podcast. So now we're just gonna rate the film. Here we do out of 5. On Letterboxd, I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's pretty much perfect cinema. It changed the game. Literally, it became the first summer blockbuster. I think $1 billion in today's money. Changed how movies are marketed and sold to theaters. Yeah, 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, for me, I mean, like horror movies, like they tote this line of being like kind of niche to not where everybody wants to see them, but also like Steven Spielberg hit just the perfect line where it's like fantasy, horror. Everybody wants to go to the theaters and see it. Like that is hard to do, and I love when people actually get that. And obviously, it's a 5. What else could it be? So yes.
Wow. Well, obviously, well, not obviously, but I would agree it's a 5. It's amazing listening to the two of you talk about a movie from 75 with the appreciation, because you've seen everything that you could do in a movie. You've seen it done visually better. You've seen it all. You grew up in it.
Do you know
But
what
to
our
be-
favorite movies are?
Old movies.
Well, Jesse's is
Typically, yes.
Jesse's is Halloween.
Yes.
I Am the Thing.
Yeah.
John Carpenter movies
Yeah,
from the.
Whoa. Halloween, the original,
Yes.
the thing from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then we both meet in the middle to appreciate Escape from New York, another John Carpenter movie. So with Kurt Russell.
Carousel.
Wow. Can we? Okay, if we do this again, can we do the thing?
Oh my God!
Oh.
We've done it already.
We have not. We've
We
been
haven't
saving
done
it
it. We haven't done it.
for this Halloween. But yes, just to wrap up,
Okay.
is everyone 5 out of 5?
5.
5 out of 5.
Okay.
Easily.
So
Ian.
yes, so we did that. Jaws absolutely iconic. I wouldn't recommend going to see it because you probably should have already. If you haven't by this point, that's on you. But thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to check out the Who You Got with Mike and Mario podcast as well. Engage with the content. Follow on Spotify, YouTube. Wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.